a story about dreams, effort, and the quiet truth of success. There once was a young man named Oliver. He lived in a small town surrounded by green hills, old farms, and the smell of rain. Oliver was known for one thing: his big dreams. He wanted to be rich, famous, and respected. He wanted to travel the world, own a big house by the lake, and never worry about money again. He often said, "One day I'll be someone important. You'll all see." And people believed him, at least for a while, because Oliver was smart, charming, and full of ideas. But there was one small problem. Oliver never liked to work. He loved the idea of success, but not the effort behind it. While others were out there learning, building, or helping, Oliver would lie in bed, scrolling through his phone, imagining the future he'd never start every morning. His mother would knock on his door. "Oliver, it's time to get up. The day is waiting." And he'd answer, half asleep, "Just 5 more minutes." But those 5 minutes turned into hours, and those hours turned into days, and days into years. One day, an old man moved into the neighborhood. His name was Mr. Caldwell, a retired carpenter with kind eyes and strong hands. He noticed Oliver sitting by the fence, doing nothing day after day. "Why don't you come give me a hand, son?" the old man asked one morning. "I'm building a small bench for my garden. It won't take long." Oliver laughed. "I don't do small things, sir. I'm working on something big." "Ah," said Mr. Caldwell, smiling. "Then you must be very busy." Oliver nodded proudly. "I'm planning a business. I'll be rich one day." The old man simply said, "That's good. But remember, plans are nothing without action." Oliver just shrugged. "I'll start when the time is right." Days passed. Oliver kept dreaming, but never doing, and Mr. Caldwell kept building, slowly, piece by piece. Months went by, and the old man's garden became something beautiful. There was a handmade bench, a wooden arch, a tiny birdhouse, and even a fountain made from old stones. Meanwhile, Oliver's big idea was still just a thought in his head. He'd tell everyone, "You'll see, I'm just waiting for the perfect moment." One afternoon, Mr. Caldwell invited him over. "Sit with me, son," he said. "Let's talk." Oliver sighed and sat down. The wood of the bench felt smooth, polished with time and patience. "Tell me," the old man said, "what's stopping you?" Oliver looked down. "I don't know. I just don't feel ready. Maybe next week." Mr. Caldwell chuckled. "Let me tell you something my father told me when I was your age." He looked out at the sunset and said, "There's no such thing as ready. There's only start. You can polish your plans forever, but life only rewards those who take the first step." Oliver stayed silent. For the first time, he realized that years had gone by, and he hadn't taken even one real step. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept hearing the ticking of Mr. Caldwell's clock, echoing in his mind, tick-tock, tick-tock, time passing, whether he moved or not. The next morning, Oliver did something different. He got up early. He walked to Mr. Caldwell's house and said, "Do you still need help with your garden?" The old man smiled wide. "I was wondering when you'd ask." Day by day, Oliver worked. At first, he was slow. His hands hurt, his back ached. But with each nail, each plank, he began to feel something new. Progress. He started reading, learning, and writing down real plans. Small steps, every day. Years later, Oliver opened a small furniture shop, inspired by the benches he built with Mr. Caldwell. He wasn't rich yet, but people respected him. He worked hard, smiled often, and slept well. One day, a young boy passed by and said, Sir, I want to be like you one day. I have big dreams. Oliver smiled gently and said, That's good, son. But remember, big dreams mean nothing if your hands stay in your pockets. The boy laughed, not fully understanding, but Oliver knew he'd planted a seed, the same way Mr. Caldwell once did for him. And as he looked around his shop, filled with the smell of wood, the sound of work, and the peace of effort, Oliver whispered to himself, I was ambitious, but lazy. Now I'm ambitious and alive. And the clock on the wall kept ticking, not as a reminder of lost time, but of how beautiful life becomes when you finally begin.